Bayou Barbie has been suspended by LSU. All right. And allegedly, it is because she has a really low GPA. That's it.
Yeah.
The number that's been thrown around is 1.7.
Someone lied to me.
I think that's what is that, chat? Like a D plus, C minus type. It's a 1.7.
C minus.
You think that's lower than C minus?
Yeah. C's get degrees. That is a D. Yeah, that's D's. Yeah, D's get degrees. So if it's a 1.7, she got a couple of E's in there.
Reese takes them classes.
She got a couple of E's in there.
3 students.
Jesus Christ. Also, apparently she's been taking classes online, so she's not even in person. So she's taking online classes because of the stardom that she received after last season. And she has been suspended because of a low GPA. She sat out a game last week before any of this started, and the only thing coach had to say about it was Angel was not in uniform. Angel is a part of this basketball team, and we hope she's back with the team soon. I'm not going to answer any more than that. That is from the coach. And then speculation began to snowball when Angel Reese's mom and her teammate Flage's mom started repeatedly beefing on social media. So now the moms are getting into it. Uh-oh. And I don't think Flage and Angel are friends, or at least there's some friction there. I don't know. They're completely off type shit. But it's just getting a little bit messy on social media. My first question to y'all is, I don't know. Do y'all think it's just to bench someone, or not even bench, suspend someone because they got low grades, specifically at the collegiate level?
I mean, those are student athletes at the end of the day. So if you're going to school, that should be now. I know it's been normalized in college sports culture to make the student athletes prioritize athletics more, but this is one of those cases where you negated so much, now it's coming back to bite you. This is why people one and done. I'm pretty sure if Ben Simmons stayed for more than 1 year at LSU, he would have been suspended. He wasn't even going to class. So the fact that she was able to do a regular S type of college life, and then after one push in the one push after a season, now you're this star, so now you're getting online classes. Now you're completely doing different the college process, and this is coming from a guy who dropped out after a semester. I've heard y'all, Soul Sage, Omar, whenever he's talking about it in college, having that repetition, having managing your own time, all that type of time management responsibility shit. Now she's taking flights all over the country, out the country. She getting money. She's a different person now. So now she's not prioritizing school. So now you get suspended. It makes sense. I'm not against it. If you don't like it, get your ass out of collegiate level and go pro. That's what the pros are for, to worry about the sport.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't have the level of like probably fame and fortune to the point where it's like harassing. But at the end of the day, 1.7, I can't get on them for suspending her or the fuck, because it's a 1.7. Like, I want you to understand, like when you were talking about the shit, and I said E because I remembered high school shit or like middle school shit, or actually you're in college, it's definitely F. I misspoke, my fault.
Yeah.
But when you are getting a 1.7, that is like assuming that you have straight D minuses ass. What's probably real is she probably got that 1 C, maybe that C plus, and then she got a couple classes she's just straight up failing. Like there's a straight up 0 damn near. So it's not. I can't, as much as I like Angel Reese, especially as a basketball player. Like I really am rooting for her. Nah, nigga, you gotta lock in. At the end of the day, you I feel like in any job, any responsibility, you have to do what you have to do to make it. And if there's a foundation for you to succeed and you can't do that, then that's just a lack of drive to truly do it. I believe 100% she wants to be a great basketball player. That's fine. But you have to play basketball to be a great basketball player. And in this situation you're in right now, you just got to lock in real quick. Hit it. What is it? 2.0 minimum requirement?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, just lock in, hit that 2.0, bro. Just don't flunk out. We're not even asking you to be great. Just don't flunk out.
Yeah. Especially in her case, again, just don't jeopardize that scholarship that you got. I'm assuming she got like a full ride or something. From what I've seen from Angel over the last year, she is definitely, out of all the college athletes that I know, she is maximizing that NIL deal. You know what I'm saying? Really, really taking advantage of her stardom on the court and off the court. Like, she looks like any other influencer out there on TikTok. She's promoting products. She's doing all these videos, doing collabs. She looks like any 20, 22-year-old influencer that you know. I would just say, shout out to House of Cruz for the sub for the 3 months. I would just say in this situation, when you reach a certain level, you can get so caught up in the other shit. And it doesn't even have to be at her level. It can even be at our level. We get so focused on brand deals, connections, this, that, and the third, that it's very easy to lose sight of why you're even in this place in the first place. I was watching this interview that JJ Redick had with Adam Silver, where Adam Silver was talking about, yo, my focus for the 2023-2024 season is to go back to our roots. We've done all of the other things in the NBA outside from focusing on the game of basketball. That's his words. And in content, like Mr. Beast has this theory of like, yo, you can worry about all of these metrics, all of these other shits, but everything, all the money, all of the results that you want, it boils down to making better videos. Yeah. So the way I'm bringing that back to Angel Reese is like, my message to her is just, yo, all of this that you got right now is because of the fact that, number one, you are at LSU, and number two, you are great at basketball. Do whatever you can to stay on the court, whether that means getting the grades, and also performing on the court, and everything else will come. And it sounds like she has been enjoying her time in the spotlight over the last year, but the worst thing she could do is just not be on the court, and she becomes forgotten, and you know what I'm saying? She becomes just last year's thing. Because I really do think she has a bright future. And she is a star that the WNBA needs, in my opinion. Like, the WNBA has stars, but in my opinion, the next thing that the WNBA needs is stars that have personalities, have personal brands that, you know, young kids and new faces can latch onto. Like a Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is another perfect example. So, yeah, that's all I got to say on that. If y'all have anything more else to say, go ahead.
Stop beefing on the internet and get y'all mamas off of Twitter. It's one thing when it's the dads on the Sacramento Kings going at it. Once the mamas start chatting back and forth, talking about grammar, and it's not just the moms, former teammates, or I guess girls that transfer from LSU or aren't on the team anymore, they had a couple tweets about Angel Reese and on the lines of exposing her or wherever the hell it was. Man, keep that catty shit off the internet, man. Pull up, stand on business.
Oh my god! So I don't really have too much to say on that. Not that I necessarily don't have an opinion, but I think it's just a pretty simple one, if not objective one. She just has to lock in. I don't think any calling for it to be unfair is kind of crazy. That's a little bit too damn near egotistical or stanny to just be like, yeah, she should just be absolved from it entirely. If you think that historically is stupid for them to have a GPA requirement, then that's a separate conversation. I would probably even argue that's a little OD there. But in terms of what's already set in stone, rules is rules, nigga. Just you already knew that. Just lock in. You like she knew she fucked up. I don't think she's at home talking about nah, they're holding me. Or at least I hope not. Just lock in.
I think this is one of those cases where like, okay, this is the school's rules. Just this is what you signed up for. Go and do what you gotta do. My next question for y'all is, do y'all think it's just for schools to have an academic requirement like this for athletes? Because one could argue the only reason you have a scholarship has nothing to do with academics. Is because you're good at the fucking sport. You bring in dollars. You bring in revenue. So why do I have any academic requirements?
Because you're still a student athlete at the end of the day. If that was the case, go play overseas, which she has every right to do after high school. Try to play overseas professional basketball, whatever it is, to be just an athlete. As long as you're a student, that school part is required. Cardiac brought it up. Shout out Duke. Fuck Duke, but shout out Duke for their academic requirements. No, Cardiac, they're not the only school that has those. Notre Dame has them. When I worked at Notre Dame, the staff and everybody was telling me about the rigorous academic requirements to play on that team. And that was just the football team, but everyone had them. You all have some type of requirements when you're talking about these schools that actually take education serious. LSU has already proved in the past they don't take education serious. Hence, Ben Simmons just being able to pull up at LSU for a year to just play basketball, not even show up to class. And he made it out because, again, one and done. But I knew LSU didn't give a fuck about their college athletes. That's fine. The other school, there are schools that are prestigious enough and they do actually care about the academics, and that still comes first.
Yeah, I would have to agree because I would even say at that point, I don't want to say RNG in terms of the how you get accessibility to get on the court. If you're on the court in your college, 90% of the times you're one of the nicest niggas on that campus, let alone you probably deserve it. But that would like leave a lot of bitterness for those people that just got snubbed, and now you're basically like, oh damn, well, like, what the fuck? Like, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if I was nice at ball, tried out, the coach didn't like me enough, and now all of a sudden, yeah, that'd be crazy. I also would say, yeah, at the end of the day, at the core, if that's a bad point, you are a student athlete, bro. Like you can, as Dom said, just go play overseas. Do you have other alternate ways of making the NBA? You're at school, and I would even argue, enforce a backup plan into these motherfuckers. Like dead ass, I would argue, hey, bro, these are like 10. These are like 17-year-old, 22-year-old motherfuckers that like need to lock in. They don't know everything. Sometimes you have to help them be successful. And this college shit isn't going to be the end all be all for them. They're not all going to go pro. They're not all going to be Angel Reese even. They're not all going to make the big leagues. As a result, for the love of Lord, require these niggas to at least get a degree or some shit like that, or at least set them up to where if the shit fails and they go all in, they can get a degree rather than just be a flunky and damn near nowhere else to fucking go with this shit. No.
Yeah, I'd probably have a different sentiment if the requirements were high as fuck. But it's 1.7, dog. I ain't gonna lie. It's 1.7. I don't even know her major. I'm assuming it's not like an extremely hard major anyways. It's on. I'm assuming it's on some like, all right, let's just pick the easiest major to get the to get the easiest path to this minimum, so we can play basketball and party. You know what I'm saying? So, Angel, just take care of business. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. I'll say this, Souls, and Dom, you've been on campus before, even though you left. If you ever talked to your advisor, I promise you, unless you got a real shit advisor, even one that's irresponsible, they're even the irresponsible ones. They'll be like, bro, this is what we're gonna do because you're doing a lot. like this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna dumb this shit down to make sure that you get out of here in X amount of years. They're gonna try to make life simple. They're not out here 100%. Oh yeah, you need to take the hardest classes. You need to get a fucking 9.0. That most advisors are not even remotely like that. So
yeah,
tighten up.